Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mike Checkarooney. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Brett, this one's devoted to Lance, who has recommended we listen to Exodus. This is the 9th album by Exodus, so quite far down the discography. 2010 this was put out apparently. It's entitled Exhibit B, The Human Condition. Now this is going to have a lot of material. There's a lot of content on this record. 13 tunes. One of them being a bonus track. And there's a lot of very long songs in here. Multiple songs at 7 minutes onwards. So, one at 9 minutes 33. So this is going to be an interesting listen. I don't know what we're getting into here. There's only one way to find out. Let's jump in, shall we? The Ballad of Leonard and Charles is track number 1. The album artwork's quite cool. Based on Leonardo's illustration of proportion. They built a bunker and were viewed as survivalists, but they actually used the bunker to enslave women, so this is based upon a true story, perhaps. And there was an Exhibit A as well from Exodus. Exodus lore is not something I'm familiar with. So, Gary Hall was in Slayer momentarily, and Gary Hall performed in this band as well. I don't know much about Gary Hall, I just read a comment then. I've heard the name, but that's about it. I'm not gonna do this band a disservice by. Well, I don't mean to do this band a disservice by relating it to a modern thrash metal band, because of course, Exodus are the roots, and you can't fault that. But when them vocals came in, you can hear how this band may have indirectly influenced Havoc, because them vocals sound very like, don't you think? The music sounds like now. Guitar solo. Guitar solo. There's gonna be one in 3, 2, 1, and these riffs are tight as hell. I'm enjoying this record so far. We're only 4 minutes in. Should I say I like the track? It's tight. Proper tight riffs. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da. Just hear the high-end ringing of that bass guitar there, just trundling along. Ba-da-da. That was really good. Yeah, that was really good. That was when it comes to these traditional thrash bands, sometimes it can be hit or miss, but I thought that was really good. I enjoyed the riff choice. I enjoyed the rhythms. I mean, I think the rhythms were the highlight of the track. So tight, really well played. Nothing too showy-offy, but nothing plain and simple and dead and dry. Production value seems to be pretty good. Really like the vocal performance, the vocal, approach to things, the characteristics of the voice. And yeah, what more can I say? Somebody said in like the top comment, it's good music when a long song seems short, and that's most definite. Yeah, I agree. And I'm hoping that this album flows exactly like that. That was really good. We've got Beyond the Pale coming on next, track number 2. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Exodus tonight. Exhibit B, The Human Condition. This one's entitled Beyond the Pale. Let's go. Straight to it, come on. Let's go. Ba-da-da. Tight. The rhythm guitars in here must be so fun to play. This just sounds like a really fun guitar band, man. You know what I mean? Where you just want to get a tab up and learn how to play a few good riffs. Good play along value. Come on. Better. Boom. Really good, just as consistent as the first track. Just great thrash metal, just quite simply in a longer form than what you would normally get as a thrash metal track, by a couple of minutes at the very least, you know. That was good. Yeah, that was beyond the pale. I mean, what more can I say? The thing is, they're hitting choruses and stuff, but not to an extent where it's coming across cheesy or so disjointed from the actual thrash. It's all very consistent. People in the comments giving shouts out to Gary Holt, saying he's pretty cool at what he does, and he's you know, he does a good job. And this is my first real insight into Gary Holt, as far as his writing and riffing is concerned, and I'm pleased so far. I am pleased so far. Did he perform or did he do writing on World Painted Red by Slayer? Because I did hear that record when it came out, and I thought it was alright, you know what I mean? It was alright, especially that title track. Let's keep on moving. We got Hammer and Life coming up next. A short one for a change, 3 minutes 32, or 31 actually. Let's keep on moving, people. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Bit TV. We're continuing on our journey through Exodus's record Exhibit B for Beta, The Human Condition. Okay, this one's Hammer and Life. It's a short one, relatively speaking. Let's jump in. Goes out to Lance. Is it an I or an L? I think it's an L. No, it won't be. Lance I respect via the Patreon. Oh, RI is a area code, right? In Canada.
Bringing the hammer down is more
Here we go. Solo. So that was a great tune. Someone in the comments says this was a Slayer-esque solo. I didn't hear much Slayer in the solo, to be honest. Slayer tends to be a bit more atonal, a little more chromatic, a little bit more just any hole's a goal. That was very in key. It was cool. The lead harmonies were really good. They definitely tried to I say they definitely, I'm not definite, but it seems as if they tried to create a little more of a hit, a little bit more of a metal sing-along in that one, as opposed to like the more progressive-esque song lengths and structures we've had outside of that. But that was a good tune, good riffs. The good riffs haven't stopped so far. Really good riffing. We've got Class Dismissed coming up. A Hate Primer, jeez. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. We're listening to Exodus, Exhibit B, The Human Condition. This one's entitled Class Dismissed. It's track 4 of 13. Let's go. I should put some volume on, shouldn't I, people? Let's go. Come on. It's definitely metal. I've seen Exodus live. Saw them at Bloodstock in like 2010, 2011 maybe.
Everything around me ignites my rage, a burning with animosity. Everywhere I look, another war to wage, filled with purpose or singularity. Got my hollow points, got my magazines, wrote my manifesto of decay. Commencement of the killing at the university, antipathy, the lesson of the day.
What was that? Class Dismissed is my hypothesis. These dudes are riffing, man.
Pomp and circumstance replaced by bullet wounds. The smell of gunpowder in the air. Murder is the nightmare of this afternoon. My relentless across the path. All because of my despair.
Someone says that they skipped over this record because it seemed too slow. I think it's at a great tempo generally.
Student bodies lying dead in the halls of blood-spotted treaties of hate. Class dismissed is my hypothesis. Gunfire and such a beat.
Talk about blasting up the school.
Was a little affection, but no one ever came back to me. My hate brim is a result of my rejection. You'll die for it. And I'll die for that. Hate lives in me. Hate lives in me.
Ooh! This track's hard. Better. Better.
I need it and it needs me. I feed it and it fed me. I breed it and it bred me. I read it and it read me. I lead it and it led me. I bleed it and it bled me. I bleed it out and I press the
Da-da. Da-da-da.
What's watching swarm all around the quad? The symposium of slaughter carries on.
The Symposium of Slaughter.
Only God, and the line in the sand has been drawn. Valedictorian of violence. Graduation day when bullet remains. Charles women set the precedence. I pull the trigger and blow out my brains. They never knew I was inside. Student bodies lying dead in the halls of blood-spotted treaties of hate. Class dismissed is my hypothesis. Gunfire and such a beat. All I ever wanted was a little affection, but no one ever came back to me.
That's it. That's it.
Hate grim as a result of my rejection. You'll die for it. And I'll die for that. Hate lives in me. Hate lives in me. I deconstruct you. I deconstruct you. Until my hate is
That was hard. That was hard. That was really good. That was really good. Edgy, yes. Executed well. I would agree. I would say that it was well executed for, the topic at hand. I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, and it does raise a question. I mean, I'm from England, so as far as school shooting is concerned, it's not necessarily a thing. So it just sort of had me actually consider the idea that goes on so regular over in the States and whatnot. It just made me think. So I guess it's good in that regards. We got Downfall coming up next. I mean, this has been a really good record. I was a bit anxious at the song lengths initially, but it's not length for length's sake. Like, there's a lot of substance in these tracks. It's really good. Downfall coming up, track number 5. Yo, check this out, right? Look what she done to my neck. I just gotta flex it. Wanted to show her some sort of territorial ownership. Who do you think you are? I gotta be professional and look at what you done. I gotta flex quick though, We get a bit of punani around here. Downfall is the track of this one. Exhibit B, The Human Condition, is the album we're listening to. It goes out to Lance I. Let's go! Recommended via the Patreon. Some metalcore harmonized guitars here. Jesus! Great harmonies. That's a riff, that, eh? It's a great guitar tone as well. Come on.
A crumbling empire, where rage is fear to tread into the ruins of a civilization, a society ripped to shreds. No semblance of order to the world which I abhor, where the bloody blade is forged and by the cause of the cure. Our destiny is soon revealed. Battles from no way to heal. We spread the wings of failure for the world's last good night. In the flames of the burning lamps, who claims to have the upper hand? Bonfire of the vanities and spite. Like son of Echo forsaken and alone. Look how the mighty all have fallen. We reap what we have sown. When all the mobile palaces are blackened, sacked and burned, will we understand man's ignorance through all the lessons learned? Our destiny is soon revealed. Battles from no way to heal. We spread the wings of failure for the world's last good night. To the flames of the burning lamps, who claims to have the upper hand? Bonfire of the vanity.
Listening to this, I can hear so clearly where Havoc got a lot of their sound from, man.
Jesus light.
More so the vocal performance.
Vanities and light.
Come on. Down 4. Let's go. Ooh, that hi-hat. I love the contrast between heavy riffs and production and just the light tapping of a closed hi-hat, man. I love the contrast. It was a pretty good tune. Wasn't that a great riff though? When we go middle of the riff and then we just start bashing on that crash cymbal with the hi-hats in between. It just gets so heavy from that point. I didn't think much to the chorus on that one, purely down to the guitar work. You know, when a band like this comes forth and they're so technically able and they're so good at the riffs, sometimes it's so much of a, let's be honest, so much of a letdown when they have to resort to just like power chords for the chorus in an attempt to just make an anthemic chorus. You just want to continue with the riffs, man. So that was the worst track of the record so far, and that's the only time I've said anything negative as of so far on this record. March of the Sycophants next, if that's how it's pronounced, alright? There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Exodus, Exhibit B, The Human Condition. It's the devoted and dedicated to Lance RI via the Patreon. He says you got to check out this Exodus record, and you know what, this has been a very unique record. In particular, the song lengths in relation to the music is the most unique. You've got heaps of material and content on here. So this is track number 6. I'm not going to do it disservice again by potentially mispronouncing the last word, but let's go in. Come on, track 6. Hardcore. Let's go. My question is, are we going to come in on a thrash riff? It's heading that way, I think. We're going to come in on a thrash, but we could come in on a... We could dial it into like a mid-tempo sort of groove, I reckon. That'd be nice, that'd be nice. Let's go. One, two. Nail it. Cut me off there. I thought we were heading back into the first. Get back. Sycophants. Oh, that's heavy. Them chunks. Come on. Super tight. Some riffs here. Some riffs here. Tommy Offense says, always thought these two albums were too slow, but the more I listen, I realise they have some very fast and aggressive passages too. I think there's a lot of aggressive riffing on this. I like it a lot. This guy says 553, still Exodus' sickest riff to this day. So fast with the legato. 5:33 in about a minute's time.
By the mother of lies, sucking straight from the teats. Reservoirs of the psychopaths.
Come on. Da, da, da. That was quality. That was really good. Some fantastic moments in that. The stabs were brilliant, and then the even when they just riffed on just the pedal note there for a second, so tight, so much quality, man. Very, I don't want to say unique riffs, but consistently good is a pleasure to my ears. You know, sometimes you'll just get one good riff every once in a while. These dudes are flying. Sometimes these bands just get old and they just sound old and tired, and it's like, bruh, this is sick. Nan King coming up next, track number 7. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Exodus tonight, Exhibit B. This was Nan King. What does that mean? All I know is it's track number 7 of 13. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Giving me blue balls here. What's going on? Da-da-da. Let's go, come on.
Sadistic soldiers of the rising sun. 1937's when the rape had begun. The ancient city fell under imperial rule by an more perverse, the greater exaltation. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. They took the waters of the exit, red with blood. Cast aside and brutalized, terrific horror made to terrorize. Bastille and violence, 6 weeks of suffering. So black was the day they marked.
Before someone goes in and saying, oh, you need to read the lyrics alongside and you need to understand what the song's about. I don't really care, people. I'm about the riffs. I'm about the riffage. I'm about the mosh, okay? Come on, let's go.
Tanks ran over men nailed to boards. Decapitations with an officer's sword.
Bam.
Gang rape of women, both the young and the old.
Ooh.
Frozen to death in waters ice cold.
Bam.
Disembowelment, some are buried alive.
Da 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 da.
Suicide provide for those who survive. The stench of corpses everywhere in the streets. Dogs feast on the rotting mates. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. They took the waters of the exit, ran with blood. Cast aside and brutalized, terrific horror made to terrorize. Bastille and violence, 6 weeks of suffering. So black was the day they marched through the gates. Their fate was black and high. There was a rape in their day.
One, two, three, four. Let's go. Solo. Little key change to this one.
Thousands forced into prostitution. So many years, it's now no restitution. The carnage of Carthage, so easily outdone. Add all the blood, you get 1,200 tons. Massacre removed from history books. No mention of men or from iron hooks. All counter to the rules of war. They made us insane and armies hard. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. They took the waters of the exit, ran with blood. Cast aside and brutalized, terrific horror made to terrorize. Bastille and violence, 6 weeks of suffering. So black was the day they marched through the gates. Their fate was black and high. It was a rape in their game.
It's like a dead skin mask. Dance with the dead in my dreams. Listen to their hallowed screams. bonk. That was really good. Yeah, that was really good. That was heavy. That was catching heavy, heavy. We got a shorter one coming up next, which I'm looking forward to. Burn, Hollywood, burn. Jesus. Let's keep going. Yes, now bless. Now don't forget the rest. Now there's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Burn, Hollywood, burn is the title of this one. It's track number 8 of 13. Shall we jump in? I think we should do. Let's go. We're listening to Exhibit B, track 8 of 13. Get up. Burn! Dele. Very cool. Very cool. That was Burn Hollywood Burn. Okay message. Not wrong messenger, you know. I'm a bit of a punk rocker. I don't. Burn Hollywood Burn doesn't sound as good in 440 hertz from a mainstream band writing in traditional pop song structure. You know. Yeah. The wrong messenger. In all honesty. Younger me might have appreciated that. Older me, I prefer a better message. And although I do agree with the message, I really do agree with the message. It's just, yeah. The instrumental was good. The instrumental was good. We got demo side coming up next. All right, if that's how it's pronounced. Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Exodus Exhibit B is what we're listening to. Demo side. You tell me what it's pronounced. I don't know what it stands for. But all I know is that this record listen through, track 9 of 13 so far, is devoted to Lance. Alright, thank you and respect for putting this forward on the Patreon. It's been a real good ride so far. It's been a real good record. Let's go. Where we at? Underrated yet anthemic and even epic with its slow build up, the catchy main riff, simple heavy verses and catchy chorus. Exhibit B is still my favourite post-comeback Exodus album. Yo, let me throw a curveball in here. This is going to be crazy to you Exodus fans and you Thrash fans. I've enjoyed this experience more than I did Bonded by Blood. I've enjoyed this more than their debut. I prefer the sounds. I prefer the riffs. Great riff. The legato and, you know, the style of riffage is so groovy. It verges on groove metal at times, and I actually argue it verges on tech as well. It just errs into it from time to time. That flicker on the drum kit there is so sick on the kick drum. Why does that picture have a holy Bible when there is no Quran? Hammer and sickle ignorance, says James Mullen. Because Gary Hall is a raging liberal. Somebody says BS, listen to honor killings. Someone said there should have been a bottle of prescription pills in one of the hands, a syringe in one of the others. And somebody says because it is self-criticism. You know what? I don't necessarily know the ins and outs of the artwork and, you know, the philosophy of the band and so forth. And this James guy, obviously, you know, is biased one way or another, as a lot of people are. Disregarding he's purely pointed out the Quran, hammer and sickle and whatnot. I agree with him in the fact that a lot of people do. a lot of these metal bands do pick on Christianity. They claim to be anti-religious, yet they always seem to pick on the guy who doesn't fight back, if you know where I'm coming from. A lot of these acts are very frightened to point that they're anti-religious, covering the entire spectrum, but they always point the finger at the fella who doesn't fight back, which to me, I perceive as bullying behaviour. And I'm not a Christian. I'm agnostic at most, you know. I don't believe in a particular religious theory or scripture. But I do think if you are going to be a metal band and sort of take the route of being this, you know, antichrist per se, you might as well attack everything and anything as far as the beliefs are concerned. Because when you're just picking on the guy who don't fight back, you look like a bully, and I don't like bullies. So I, in relation to what that James guy did say, I agree to some degree, but not as far as him just pinpointing a certain couple of alternatives. I think the whole spectrum should be brought under question, as opposed to you just, you know, being a metal band. Oh, we have to hate Christianity, right, because we're a metal band. I think it's a very naive and ignorant, you know, perspective. It's a musical taste. You don't have to, and you know, such statements are I don't know. I digress. But you should know where I'm coming from, right? And as far as it being a self-criticism is concerned, maybe it is, but from first glance at the artwork, as somebody who doesn't know who every member of Exodus is and what their ins and outs are and what the writing really is concerning, you would perceive it as just like all of this weaponry and the Holy Bible being put there in what would you call it? Yeah, basically put within the same field as this other extremity. Yeah, you might as well have that one hand holding up anything and everything, because, you know, it's all tribal, isn't it? Everyone fights. Blessings and peace on planet Earth. That's what I advocate for. Which is a very good Toxic Holocaust tune. apparently Exhibit A is of the same level. Very nice. Did that come just one album prior then, or were they both released at the same time, recorded at the same time? What's the insight? Better. On his comment down below as well, just to finish off, he references hammer and sickle, and I didn't really comment on that too much because that's what political ideology is opposed to religious. So I think his own personal taste sort of got caught up there, whereas I suppose the other option was, relative to what we were discussing, and that's the usage of religious, imagery in the title. Or the cover, should I say, not the title, my bad. I didn't think that one was great. I didn't think that was a great tune. I mean, the riffs are all great, but as far as the song is concerned, it wasn't the best on the record. We've got the longest one coming up though, and it's got a surprising amount of views. We've really bumped up the view count on this one, so it must be really good. The Sun Is My Destroyer coming up next, alright? Yes, now bless. Now don't forget to rest. Now Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Exodus. The Sun Is My Destroyer is the title of this one. It's track number 10 of 13. We're listening to Exhibit B, The Human Condition. This is the longest track on the record, which is a bold statement given how long some of the tracks have been. But this has got perhaps the most views at 371,000, so might be a fan favourite of the record. It goes out to Lance RI via the Patreon. Thank you very much. Getting straight to it. A lot of reference to Jukes. Who is Jukes? Is he the drummer? Yeah. Should Exodus replace Exodus? No, should Exodus replace Anthrax? In the Big Four. Let's go. Jukes is the front man. He's a very good. I like his voice. I saw Exodus during this period with this front man. Ba-da.
the morning sun, luminescent antagonist, smash through oblivion. I am God here in the bowels of the human mind.
Great vocal performance. Nuclear Blast Records. Drummer's grooving it. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da. That was an epic. That was an epic. It was very consistent. There wasn't many, you know, it could have been a roller coaster of a ride, but it was very consistent. That was just like a car drive through a scenic location. It wasn't my favourite on the record, but I liked the low growls. That made a difference, didn't it? I know that they shouldn't really delve to that space, you know, just as far as the branding is concerned. Exodus, you know, you don't really expect them to turn into a death metal band come the 10th record, but it was nice to hear, and they were very clean. Riff wise, it was okay, but it wasn't the best riffs we've heard. I feel like it was a bit of a it was a bit of a bridge, to be honest. There was no real high point to that track. I can see why people would think it was like really good, and that's what had so many views, because it was an epic. I would argue it was an epic track, but you know, I don't think it was as good as the other ones that had come beforehand. But there we go. It was a toe tapper. We got a Perpetual State of Indifference coming up next. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Exodus tonight. A Perpetual State of Indifference is track number 11 of 13 on Exhibit B, The Human Condition. Let's go. As recommended on Patreon by Lance. Thank you very much, my man. What a glorious noise, says Red Fox Ridge. Get a bounce on that bass guitar there. Boom, boom, boom. Drummer's jamming out on that snare. Do you reckon this is going to be an instrumental? Ba-da-ba-ba. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Let's go. We'll flow it right into Good Riddance. Track number 12. The last track on the record before the bonus track, alright? Let's go. Hope you have the time of your life. Let's go. Ooh. Bum ba da. Bum.
Good night. Lighting up planet Earth. Now
a low end. Bro, these comments have just been the Gary Holt fan club from start to finish. Is he like the only OG member at this point or something? I know he does the writing, but still. Gotta put some respect on whoever else was in the band. Very modern riffing. Great use of the blending in there, them acoustics just swelling with that harsh feedback fading out there. Very nice. A little bit of synth there as well. Really good. That was high tempo, high energy, great riffing. Very consistent. Let's finish this off with the bonus track. We got Devil's Teeth to finish off this record, alright? There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. This playthrough has been devoted to Lance RI to be precise, who recommended this via the Patreon. It's Exodus's Exhibit B, The Human Condition is the name of the record. This final track is the bonus track. It's entitled Devil's Teeth. Let's see how it differentiates, if it does, from the rest. A little more old school, this riff. Heavy metal. A lot of people like Rob Dukes. Who's in the band now? Zetro. guitar solo, or verse 2, or verse 3 should I say. That little stutter in the guitar. Come on. Hello. Hello. Wada bada bada. That was very good. Very good. Even as a bonus track, that was quality. That was really good. Some fantastic riffing. Fantastic vocal line as well. Wow. I'm very impressed, and I'm going to give my final thoughts in the last video, which will give my final review, and I'll rate this record out of 10. I'll see you there. Yo, there's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. We just listened to Exodus's, was it their 10th record or their 9th? I forget which one it was, but it was put out in 2010. It's entitled Exhibit B, The Human Condition, which I learned through the listen through is that there was an exhibit A as well. All right, I'm stuttering and buttering. Don't hate, appreciate. All right, people. Apparently both exhibits were as good as each other. They both complemented each other well. I got recommended this on the Patreon through Lance RI, who says, yo, gotta check out this Exodus record. And I've checked it out, and we listened through all of the 13 tracks, 12 tracks on the record, 13 tracks including the bonus track, which might have been thrown on a remaster or a re-release or this, that and the third. I was very impressed, let me tell you that. First and foremost, I had a look at the song list. So normally when I first see these playlists, I'll catch a couple of 7-minute tunes and that, and I'll think, ooh, couple of long numbers here. But this record is jam-packed full of long tracks, so over 6 minutes basically. You probably look at an average song length of 6:10, 6:20 maybe more, to be honest. Maybe half, 6.5 minutes long. A lot of these tracks are 7 minutes, over 7 minutes long, and there's plenty of them. So let's speak on this playlist, including the bonus track. There's 13 tracks, so I don't know how long it spans, but it's definitely longer than your traditional metal record. Even though these big metal records from big artists who have got the time and the resources to really create a longer form product, you're not touching 50 minutes generally. You're not touching it. You're probably doing 40 minutes at most. But this record was a lot longer, and normally I'd be turned off by that. This record isn't going to sway my mind of what I think of longer form music, because I'm into punk rock. I like short blasts of music. But this band was incredibly consistent on this record. It wasn't boring. So many riffs. It was like I was listening to, a half an hour thrash metal record, but just doubled up. Like, it was so consistent. It was just like a good thrash metal record, but double the material you'd get from your standard. The vocals were very good. The guitar work was phenomenal. If you like riffs, this is really good, because I thought, generally speaking, these bands from the 80s, when they continue putting records out and they're in double-digit records, the music's never the same. It's sort of like a bunch of old dudes trying to cash in and just continue doing what they're obliged to do. But Exodus have really, they sound modern. After hearing this, I liked listening to Havoc, and I can see where Havoc have got their sound from listening to this, especially the vocal sort of approach to things. And considering these dudes were the OGs, bro, give me that Exodus instead. Let me listen to that Exodus. Way cooler. These dudes have not aged badly at all. This was a great record. Everybody rating Gary Holt in the comments. Gary Holt, Gary Holt, Gary Holt. A lot of respect for the guy called Duke who was fronting this record. And I gotta put some respect on both of them. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Really good. I didn't have a favourite track because they're all so consistent. Flip side is, with consistency comes boringness if you don't necessarily enjoy what you're hearing, because you're going to have a heap of it coming your way. But if you like the riffs, like I like the riffs, and you like the grooves, and you like the melodies like I did, you're in for a treat. It's not over technical for the sake of it. It's not overly fast for the sake of it. It's not overly heavy for the sake of it. It's just very well played, very well thought out, consistent, good, talented craft, and years of experience, and a good production to match. It's a heavy record. It is a heavy record, but not down to like forced heaviness. It's just generally a heavy record, and it sounds really good. I was very pleased by it. A few edgier topics to be spoken of, but the point is, it's the human condition. It's an exhibit of the human experience and what we as humans do. And some say that reality is more scary than horror, right? Fact is more exciting than fiction, and they go to prove that. We got songs about school shooting in here. Can you believe it? Which is as far as thrash metal is concerned, something that's relatively untouched on. So it's still creative, given that it was this far into the discography of Exodus. I preferred this to Bonded by Blood. And everybody rants and raves saying Bonded by Blood is one of the best thrash metals of all time. Thrash metal records of all time. I think it's better. I give this record a rating of 8 out of 10. I'm not gonna come back to the record, don't get me wrong. It's not something I'd go out of my way to listen to. But 8 out of 10 is an incredibly respectful rating for what I offer, because it's talented, it's metal as hell, the vocals are good, the grooves are good, the riffs are good. It's non-stop content. There's no filler. There is one track which is arguably like an interlude, which is a perpetual state of indifference, but I'm not complaining. I am not complaining, because it serves as an introduction to Good Riddance, essentially. And after hearing the 9-minute 33 epic, which is The Sun Is My Destroyer, it makes complete sense to have a little bit of a bridge there to the final track. I think it's very artistically placed. And that's my opinion on that record. On that note, I'm signing out. I'll see you on the flip side, people. Peace.